Well, it's not often you get invited to the opening of a brand new railway station in Australia. Well, technically, it was an open invitation, and in truth, it was just the reopening of an existing station. I guess actually it was just the opening of a new opening to the station. But having said all of that, what has been delivered here feels entirely new, and that is the new Bankstown Sydney Trains station entrance and Bankstown Plaza here in Sydney. Alongside dignitaries including the Transport Minister and representatives of Sydney Metro, I was there at the official opening ceremony to open the new Bankstown Metro Plaza and station building, and the transformation has been remarkable. The station originally opened in 1909 and closed temporarily for a few months in October 2024 when part of the platform was demolished to make way for a completely new entrance and public plaza. So let's have a look at the station and plaza in this video. I'm Marty, and welcome to Backtracks. To build the Bankstown Metro extension, the T3 line was closed in September 2024 for 12 months, but now it's 18 months and counting. And soon after the closure, the T6 Lidcombe and Bankstown line was created, with Bankstown being its southern terminus. And it's not the first time in history that Bankstown has been a terminus to a line, because Bankstown was also a terminus of the original Bankstown line when it reached there in April 14, 1909. And while I was searching for images of Bankstown railway station, I found some classic images of the red rattler trains. And how cool was it that they had open doors? Imagine that being allowed today. So back to the present day, and there was no big opening to let people first walk into the plaza. There were no fireworks or dancing troops or streamers being released. No, just a bit of tape being removed. Well, at least I can tell my grandchildren that I was there to film that. A bit about the plaza. Well, it's 90 metres long and it connects to the future metro, the buses, trains and new kiss and ride parking. And what was also open was a new second Sydney Trains entrance with 9 more opal gates that will provide quicker access to the T6 Lidcombe and Bankstown line from the eastern end of the Bankstown area. So where did they find all the space for this new plaza and building? Well, this is what the station looked like during the last week of operation of the former T3 line. And here I am walking past the original station building and along the part of the platform that was demolished. And it was about 53 metres of platform, or about 2.5 train carriage lengths were removed. While some could say that progress recently has been quite slow, you couldn't say that back in October 2024, when immediately after the T3 line was closed, they started demolishing the platform. And very soon after, work had already started on building the foundations for the new Sydney Trains and Metro buildings. So clearly, this plaza and new entrance building is one of the biggest upgrades to the area since the station first opened back in 1909. What it's done is create a really clear, direct walking link between Bankstown's town centre on the north side and the residential areas to the south, which should make a big difference to foot traffic and local businesses. But it's much more than just a transport interchange. This has been designed as a place that they say people will actually want to spend time. There's room for a future cafe, there's shops, along with new lighting, shaded seating, benches and timber decking. Some of it set beneath an incredible 150-year-old fig tree, which I hadn't really noticed during construction, but certainly did when the fences came down. And as I said, there is a brand new Sydney Trains entrance with modern ticket gates. There are 9 of them, better passenger information, CCTV cameras, help points and an upgraded PA system. And new canopies and shelters have also been added over the station buildings to give better weather protection. Although, as I note, there is no weather protection between the two actual buildings. And for drivers dropping off passengers, there's new kiss and ride stops on North Terrace, accessible parking on South Terrace and upgraded landscaping and safety treatments. All up, it's a huge transformation and a big step forward for Bankstown. So what about the official opening ceremony itself? Actually, I don't think I'd ever really been to one. The member for Bankstown, Jihad Dib, spoke, and the Minister for Transport, John Graham, also spoke. both pretty eloquent.
Thanks so much, for joining. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Bankstown on a perfect autumn day.
But not one mention of Backtracks and all the great videos we've made. Although I couldn't quite hear, so I probably just missed it.
Thanks so much for your hat. As Uncle John says, this is a big thing for Bankstown. It's a real sign about how the metro is transforming not just transport, but also the suburbs of Sydney.
So the press conference went on for a little while and I could hardly hear them. I got a bit distracted and started filming over the fence into the Bankstown metro station works. And I peered back over the fence to see what I'd missed, and it looked like it was all finishing up. So earlier on in the video, I said the station lost about 50 metres at the end where the plaza's now been built. So for a little while, only 4-car trains could operate between Lidcombe and Bankstown. But then the T6 line was closed for nearly 9 weeks when extension was made to the western end to make the station back able to carry 8-car trains. So in effect, the whole Bankstown Sydney train station slid about 50 metres westward. Well, there you have it. Another Backtracks and another look at the developments along the new southwest metro line to Bankstown. And this might be the last time for a while I actually visit Bankstown, because I don't think there's much else to see until we get close to the new metro station opening. Hey, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do, and hopefully we'll see you again soon when we have another look at the metro lines of Sydney. Cheers. See you later.